I'm going to be looking at the website readworks.org. ReadWorks is a free website that offers articles and stories to help increase comprehension in students from kindergarten through grade 12. It is a nonprofit organization that was started more than 10 years ago. The website is a free tool that teachers and students can use across many different subject areas. According to their website, they want as many people to be able to access the website as possible. They say you should be able to operate all functions with just the keyboard, use speech recognition software and/or screen readers, and understand all text on the website. They also state that they know that some parts of their website are not fully accessible. This includes interactions that cannot be done with just the keyboard. Not all text meets color contrast minimums. Form fields are not sufficiently labeled, and some images lack appropriate text alternatives. They also include an email that you can contact them to bring any other concerns to their attention. We will first look at what ReadWorks looks like on the teacher login option. Once you have logged in or created your free teacher account, you will notice at the top of your screen options for content, my tools, assessment in progress, and class admin. The content tab will take you to a library of different reading content. Here you can choose what kind of content to give to your students. For example, ebooks provide pictures and expressive human voice narration, and step reads will differentiate the articles at various levels for students. There are audio options for human voice reading the article or story. Although not all articles or stories offer human voice read aloud, all of the stories have a read aloud option. They just use synthesized voice instead. In my own experience from using the website, I have found my students prefer the real human voice over the synthesized option. Then you can choose the question sets you would like to target. Next is the grade level you would like your article or story to be. After that, you can choose a specific type of article or story based on the interests of your student or the topic you are covering in class. My high school students like choosing the topic to read about. This helps them become more engaged in the activity. If you click the class admin option at the top, you will be able to add students to your digital classroom. When you choose to add the student, it tells you how students are able to access your class. Once students complete this step, they will appear in your roster. Under the Groups tab, you can put students together that may be at the same level. This is helpful when you assign the article. You can choose the group of students instead of finding them individually. And finally, under the Assessment and Progress tab is where you find articles that you have assigned to your class or individual students. This will show their progress on the assignment, when you assigned it, and when it is due. If you want to use an activity for a whole group, you can just choose what you want to read and have it be a whole group activity. We will choose a grade 6 level story about the Special Olympics. You can see here that there are 2 different question sets to target and have a human voice reader. Up near the top right of the screen, we can enlarge the article into a full projector mode. This helps focus on the article and remove any distractions. Before we read, we can also add paragraph numbers and enlarge the text to help better track and see what we are reading or listening to. After we have listened or read the entire article, you can choose the split screen options and the question set that goes with the story will appear. As the students answer the questions, they can look back within the text to help find the answers. The students can choose the answer that they think is correct and then click the answer button to get immediate feedback on if they were correct or not. Now we will look at the accessibilities and functions of the student side. Once the students have created their free account, which they can do by using a Google email address, they will see a list of assignments that are specifically theirs. Here they can see what they have to do, when it is due or was due. The student also has an option to download the assignment. This allows the student to complete the assignment without an internet connection. Before they become disconnected from the internet, they can choose to download the assignment and then switch their account to offline mode. The student can then go home or go anywhere without internet access and complete the assignment. In order to pass in the assignment, the student would log back into their account, change their profile to online, and then submit the assignment. While I feel this is a great feature and allows access to students no matter what the situation, I feel that there are a lot of steps that younger students may struggle with using. Older students or students with more computer and internet knowledge may not have a hard time completing the steps to go offline. I think younger students would need a lot more practice with this. The student will then click the article that was assigned to them to complete. The students have some similar and two different ways to assist when reading or listening to the story located near the top right of the screen. The students will then click the article that was assigned to them to complete. The students have some similar and two different ways to assist them when reading or listen to the story located near the top right of the screen. The arrow button allows the students to just see the article and take away any on-screen distractions. The next two buttons are the same that the teacher can use. They are enlarging the text and adding paragraph numbers to the article. The next option allows a small white strip on the screen that is controlled by the mouse, which the students can use to follow along while listening or reading the activity. This increases the student's ability to be able to track what they are reading. If they are listening to the article, I think this would be great if this feature was automatic with the rate of the read aloud playing. This would help students follow along without worrying about moving their mouse to keep up. And the last option they have is being able to split the screen to see the questions in the article at the same time. Another great feature is that the website automatically saves your progress. This is a great feature because students might not remember to save their work on their own. Once the student has completed the activities that are assigned, they can submit their work. This will bring them back to the original page, but a new tab of submitted assignments will appear. Under this tab, the students can see the results right after they submitted them. This will help students know what they are struggling with. The last tab located at the top of the page is labeled Library. Here is where students can read articles on their own. Students can choose topics that interest them and give a theme to their library. The pop-up window gives the option of reading all the choices out loud to the students so they know what topics they are picking. This is a great accessible feature for students who struggle with reading. Once they have made their choices, they can choose an activity to read without any comprehension questions. At the end, they can write what they thought of the article. I think this would be a great place for the website to add a word bank of phrases or sentences to help students choose what they thought of the article. Overall, I think this is a great website for students in all grades to work on comprehension skills and increase their reading interest and ability. There are some great accessible features for the individual student to use, as well as when using with the whole class. I appreciate that they recognize there is still work to be done to make the site more accessible. Hopefully, with time, the website will continue to add features for accessibility.